Welcome to an incomplete guide to personal growth. We invite you to take a breath and take a listen to our podcast that explores the wonder, humor, challenges, and sometimes those self-inflicted wounds on a journey of personal growth.
Our weekly podcast conversations include stories, resources, and tools that you can incorporate into your daily life. We're the mother-daughter duo of Sydney
and Kelly.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Sydney.
I don't know why we always...
I don't know why we
have to
laugh and
giggle a
have
little
that
bit.
funny, but we do.
But we do.
But that's good.
It's good. So, Charles said something funny.
Well, I learned a new word. Maybe other people have called this, but I have never heard this before. He was getting out of the car and he'd been in his car seat.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
And he got out of the car and he goes, "Oh, my knee pits are sweaty." And I sat, "You're what?" He said, "My knee pits." And I thought, That's it. So I touched behind mine and I bent my leg. Yeah. And I went up here and I touched mine. Yeah, they're kind of the same. They're both places where you bend and you get sweaty. So I loved it.
It's hilarious.
I love that he could make up new words.
So hopefully everybody will now use the term knee pits.
Yeah, when your knee, because they do. You're in the car, you're sitting down, or you're outside, and your knee pits get sweaty.
It's kind of similar.
So there you go. Now, they don't have a deodorant. Well, I'm not going to say that. They have deodorant for everything now. So they might have knee pit deodorant. And if they don't, there's your opportunity. There's a new
business
product
venture
you can do. Go for it.
That's
Just
so
go
good.
for it.
That is so good.
That's right. Knee
The
pits
stuff
and armpits.
I don't know. He must have. He maybe heard somebody else say that, but I just.
He might have. I'd never heard it. So it provided me a good laugh.
So good.
Yep. So.
Hopefully it did other people too.
Yes. Yeah.
Now, something that, I don't know, we'll probably still laugh during this episode.
Oh, yes. We're talking about anger.
And processing.
Processing anger. Anger has been my companion for a long time.
Your whole life.
My whole life.
You've always been you were kind of an angry child, right?
Not angry.
I
I wasn't angry. When I got angry, everybody knew it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everything from, I was thinking back on this about anger and, my early on.
Yeah.
And I had to take piano lessons.
Yep.
And I didn't like it.
No.
I lived in this great neighborhood. You could hear all the kids outside playing.
Oh, and you were stuck inside.
I was stuck doing this piano that it wasn't my choice. And I engraved on the piano.
Oh, you did.
Think I had to deal with my anger? I engraved "I hate piano" on a piano. Yeah, that was not a pretty thing.
Did anybody find out you did?
Oh, of course. It's right there on the plain sight.
Oh my God.
And I got so I had to learn to deal. Yeah.
God, I can't even imagine doing that. I know.
Imagine. Most people can't.
Wow.
Most people can't.
Wow. I'd never heard that one before.
Yeah.
And there's not many stories I haven't
I
heard
know.
yet.
I try to keep some of those quiet, but no longer. Yeah.
See, and talk about, I'm complete opposite from you.
Right.
I would not ever externally very often express my anger. I would do it. I would write it.
You would write it, but you wouldn't even give it to anybody. No. We'd have to find those notes sitting around.
I've always been very discreet.
Yes.
Except for those that really know me, my emotions are not very discreet.
Except for if you look at your face.
Yeah, my face.
It'll show it, but you won't act it out. You had the look.
But my face tells a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're talking about
they're
anger
opposite, and we're very, very different in how we deal with anger.
Yes.
So hopefully we'll give some perspectives.
Yeah.
So where does our own anger come from? Mine, I think mine just comes from, it's just built up.
Yeah.
Over years. I tend to be a fairly forgiving, moving on, to be sort of person. But if someone does, it's for me, anger comes from someone doing something over and over and over again, and it doesn't change, and then I just get really, I hold it. It's the resentment anger. That's where mine comes
that
from.
holds from.
Generally.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
But I don't know. You were probably born
Mine
with
is.
it.
I came out with my fists like this, going, "I'm ready for life." No, part of it I know is our personality traits.
Yes.
How we are.
Yes, because we've talked about the over and under control.
Yes,
before, so that
and we've done the Enneagram, and
Yes.
you lean toward one or the other, and mine is a 9 with an anger issue.
Yeah.
And part of that is from holding it in.
Yeah.
Part of that is I'm a reactor.
Yes.
So when I get mad,
You react.
I react. I
Yeah.
got mad at my mom for punishing me. I dumped a bottle of Fisahex in the toilet.
What is
Why? Because I was mad.
What is that?
It was some kind of, I don't know, it was a skincare thing. And, I reacted. I got mad. I let it out, and then I move on.
Imagine me doing that to your stuff.
No.
Can you?
That's
even
why when I had
imagine me-
kids, I was really stunned because it was like,
What are you doing?
that's why I would say, Sydney, it's okay if you get in trouble.
And you would tell me,
You
it's
can let
okay
that
to
out.
express.
Yeah.
You would want me to. Like
Yeah.
I was never in an environment that stifled me.
No, it's just
for
so
sure.
part of it's who we are.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is very much, that. So I just release it.
Yeah,
And then I think everybody else should be fine and let's move on.
No.
And that's not how it goes.
That's not how it goes.
No.
Absolutely not.
And the opposite of that is in certain times, like my brother, my one brother,
Mm-hmm.
Kurt, he was just, I didn't like being angry at him.
Yeah.
So I would hold it in.
Yeah.
And eventually it was
would
like
come out.
Mentos in a Coke bottle.
Yes.
Boom,
That tends to be how mine is.
Yeah.
I tend to hold it, and then
and then boom.
And
Yeah.
I'm trying not to do
Yeah.
that.
And the image that we have of anger.
Yes. See, I always see anger as like an incredibly negative thing,
Right.
something I absolutely hate. I don't know, but I hate feeling it. I hate the way it makes me feel inside.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't even want it around. And so I think that stuffing it somewhere else is going to make it go away.
Yeah, but you can't, right?
does
It doesn't
not.
go away, right?
It does not.
And I think that's one of the things that I would love for people to hear is anger is not bad. There's so
not
much
bad.
violence today that's related to anger, and there always has been, not just today.
Yeah.
But violent, and so we think that
it's
it does violence, but it's not. Anger is the biggest gift we can have because it's telling me
Yes.
something is not
wrong.
right.
Yeah.
And
And
yeah.
And I know, like, and the big one, I know people bring the story in, and to me, I have to remind myself of it is when Jesus goes in to the temple, flips the tables,
Yes.
and basically just yells at everybody,
Yeah.
"This is wrong.
Yeah.
Do not get out.
Right.
Like, get out of my Father's house."
Right.
And it's like, but it shows that anger can move us to action. That anger can move us to
Yes.
do something.
That's what I want
is,
people to hear.
help people do things that are right.
Right. It's a signal. And there are different types of anger. There's this, what they call core anger, which is a response to a perceived violation. Okay, when you're driving in a car, you're driving on the highway, and somebody is not paying attention and almost runs into you. You get mad.
Yes.
Why? Because my life was threatened. My car or whatever
Yes.
else may be threatened, right?
Yeah.
And so that's core, and that's a reaction. There's nothing wrong with that. What you do with it might be, but and then there's this other they call defensive anger, and this is the anger that serves to protect us from experience other emotions. So basically, if we don't deal with the emotions behind the anger, it's defensive, and that's not healthy.
either.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely. So
Yeah.
I like this idea of the different types because I think, I think anger comes from a lot of different
Yeah.
places. And like, this may be a little early, but hopefully not. Like if you bring in the emotion wheel, like the anger is
Yes.
but anger is usually not the core emotion. It's
Right.
hiding something
It's
else.
hiding something else, and here I am sitting with no notes on the wheel. It's in another room, but what I can tell you is,
Yes.
you can look up emotion wheel, and it's
anywhere.
fantastic. You'll see it, and basically, anger is toward the middle of the wheel. But if you go out, it will show what's behind it. Like if I'm not invited to a party and everybody else is, I'm hurt, I'm sad, but that often goes to anger first.
Yes.
Well, what, you know,
Anger is
and
generally first, and then you have to
you
figure
have to
out
go back and go,
what other core emotions are behind it.
yes. Yeah. So a lot of times that's what's masking, or they use the image you and Lorna both said something about the iceberg,
Yes.
which you see the top of the iceberg, but everything
And anger
underneath
is
it
usually at the top
something
because we
else.
see it and it's reactive, and then
Yeah.
there's all this stuff under.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
with your anger journey,
Yes, my
when did
anger
you
journey.
first realize like you
that I
needed
was
to,
having issues.
Yeah.
I think it was before y'all were born, or right
Mm-hmm.
about the time
Yeah.
you were born. And I mean, I knew I always reacted.
Yeah.
And I knew that I held stuff in. But I had gone into counseling for something.
Yeah.
Who knows? But they gave, my therapist, Judy Lester was her name, and her husband was Andrew Lester. And he wrote a book about coping with anger.
Oh, cool.
It's not dealing, it's coping, which is different. You deal and you set aside coping.
Yes.
And it was really good. And it came from a Christian point of view, and it was all, I don't know if you can still find it or not,
Yeah,
that
but-
old, but it was very helpful to go, yeah, Kelly, you're angry. And, you know, what are you going to do with that anger? Where is it stemming from?
Yeah.
You know, and so that's when it was, when I really became more aware of it,
Yeah.
of going, okay, I don't like the way I feel. I don't like the way I act. I'm not fair to people when I get that angry.
Yes.
I'm not treating, you know, it's not great. It's not good for a marriage. It's not good for my kids. It's not good for family or friends, you know? And so, and I didn't like, and it wasn't good for me. So then I began to look at, you know, sometimes anger is fun.
Yeah.
But sometimes,
But sometimes, oof.
yes. And then it's like, what am I going to fill that void with? Oh,
Yeah.
peace.
No,
But there is. If I
there's a
can't,
void. There
yeah,
is.
there is.
Yeah, and I think, I mean, I didn't even, mine
But
is a
you.
very recent realization.
Yeah,
Truly. Like
truly
probably
it
within
is.
the
I
last
know.
few months.
Yeah.
It's been this thing of like, wow, I just feel like I am going to boil over. And I felt like just, I am up to my head. Like,
Yeah. As my mother
Emotion.
would say, I'm up to here with you, right?
Yes. And so it's
Yeah.
like, it's just like, I feel the way, and then I just feel it boil over to people that I
Yeah.
don't want it to, whether it be like important people in my life,
Yes.
whether it's Charles, whether it's friends with, you know, it's like, I just like, it would spew. I'm like, I just no control. I felt no control.
Yeah.
And I felt just like all I'm doing is reacting. All I'm doing is just every little emotion, every trigger is just triggering me.
Yes.
And it just comes out as this anger.
Yeah.
And it's because I have this anger. I want to throw it. People that do deserve it, but I can't.
But you can't
do that.
You can't do that either, right? So
yeah.
it's,
And so it's like I need to figure out a way to get this out. Like,
Right,
and not
right.
that anger isn't something to always have, and like it will always be there, but I need to find a way to do something with it so that it doesn't, you know, spew onto the people
Yeah.
it's not supposed to.
and
you
I
know?
think that's the thing too, to realize when it gets to that point, I'm taking it out on people that don't even.
No, who don't deserve it.
You know, and there's something too, the straw that broke the camel's back, that, you know, I mean, I'm like,
is stuff to that,
it's
yeah.
like you just dropped a Coke bottle and opened it, you know, and it
Yes,
spews,
yes,
right?
yes.
It's just waiting there, and you can feel it in your body.
Yes.
And it can, I'm going to say, I just think it can damage your body too.
Do you remember like some initial steps that you took to deal with it?
Yeah.
I've been reading that book, yes. But
Yeah, but it was more then it was, I began to just watch when I was angry.
yeah.
And then I had to delve at why. And so much of it came, and this is crazy because it was hitting me when I was, I don't know how old, but y'all
Yeah.
were just about born, I guess, late 20s, early 30s.
Early 30s, yeah.
To go, oh, you've been carrying that one from childhood.
Wow.
You felt like you were treated unfairly then, and so you're still watching for it.
Yes.
You're still watching for it. And, you know, and I just waiting.
Yeah. And I think that the anger is it comes from a place of protection.
Yeah. And
know,
so I've
it's
been
like-
protecting myself this whole life, my whole life, and going, okay, so what really was you thought this was unfair, and you felt cheated, and you felt less than, and you felt this, or you felt hurt. And so it was all those emotions,
Yeah.
resentful, you know, and they were all just at this point where it wasn't right.
Yes.
And I didn't like that. So it was beginning to examine that.
Yeah.
And then to catch myself in situations.
Yes.
And I love this because this is a simple situation, but again, I'm going to use the driving one because it's so common to everybody.
So common. Yeah.
Person in front of you is going slow and you're running late. Well, whose fault is that? Or they're going slow and basically you left on time, but you know what?
Yeah.
There's something, so you get mad. There's an accident. You get mad. Well, who am I mad at?
Yeah. Yeah.
They're probably driving just where they want to drive, and maybe it's safe for them, and maybe something's going on in their life.
Yeah.
Maybe you should always leave a little bit more cushion than you think, Kelly.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, and
can you adjust?
I've got to. It's again taking the picture back and looking and going, what really is it?
Yeah. Definitely.
You know, when you have a bad hair day, when you have and it's simple things, but if you can start by looking at those, then you can see what triggers you.
Yes. And I think like that awareness of what's going on in your body
is key.
Is so key. Because like then you can start that catching it early. It's like, oh, well, I'm starting to feel this way. The last time I felt this way, I got really angry. And this is so like you can start to really notice yourself.
And you begin to see that that's what triggers you too. Oh, okay. Well, take a step back then.
Yeah.
The boss isn't listening to me. Somebody else is getting credit for what was mine.
Yeah.
Or what I had a part to do and I didn't do it. How am I going to deal with that? What am I going to,
Yes.
What am I going to do with that? Yeah. So, there's this cycle of trigger. Some of them are pretty predictable.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Others are not, but a lot of them, we experience them over and over, and it's trying to break that cycle and see that. And when we're triggered, usually negative thoughts come next.
Yes. Always.
About the other people, not about us.
Yeah, no, about other people.
Usually, right?
Yes.
Why can't anything go my way?
It's always that projection out.
And then you can stop and go, well, what did go my way today?
Yes. Yeah.
What is a positive? Yeah.
Yes. One thing I've learned too recently is, people say, well, if you're angry, like move your emotions out, do something. So I used to like go on walks, move the energy.
Okay.
And you've talked about this too. And like I used to go on walks and stuff, but I've just realized that's just not enough.
Yes, I
can
do.
go for a walk for a while and I'll come back. I'll still be, I won't say like
really
mad.
You'll be mad.
I'll be ticked off.
Yeah.
Still. So I'm like, it's not. But I screaming in the car.
I told you.
I know. Oh, that's a good one.
And letting whatever flies out, fly out.
Speak, The other one I've been doing is just like turning on angry music and like moving to like punching, kicking, whatever you got to do.
Cool. Yeah.
Out and like and then screaming with it is good too. And like pushing against a wall.
Yeah.
Gets that energy out, like something that gets your muscles going a little bit.
Yeah.
That has helped. And yes, okay, you're angry, go cool off, take a walk. No, that's not enough. Unless, I guess it could be for you. But
for some people it is. Like, but to me, I have too much time to think on a walk. Exactly. And so then I play that over in my head. So I have to.
If I do a harder exercise, like weighted or do something that honestly can help because that does get my mind off of it because I've got to focus so much on what
right.
And that again with the muscle tension stuff. But like this like screaming or like punch and kick or whatever you got to do, wringing a towel, like something that really engages like that. I feel like gets a lot more.
I like that.
Me. Yeah,
I like that.
Than just like going for a walk.
Yeah, going for a walk. I have too much.
I have too much time.
Time to think. Running, I can do a little different.
Running's different.
A little bit.
That's a little more active.
Yeah, you're right. Breathing. And there's more sweat to it, and you're getting stuff out. Right.
Gets your heart rate up a little bit. I think something that kind of like gets your heart rate up. Yeah,
and to get your mind focusing on something else. And then when you refocus on that,
it's not so intense.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And some things, there are situations that do make you angry, and there's just nothing you can do about it.
And just be mad.
And be mad.
Yeah.
But again, then what are you going to do with that anger? How are you going to?
You got to process. Because like,
there's a processing it and thinking it through, writing about it.
Yes. I journal
Writing about it has been helpful to me too.
I journal with
and just made me so mad. And, I have since gotten rid of most of my writings.
Really?
Well, I thought, nobody needs to see these when I'm gone. I mean, there's some that are just too.
Going through and be like, God, Grandma, it was real bad.
Yeah, exactly. Boy, did Paul make her mad that day, whatever, So it was like, it was a way, it was an outlet. It wasn't a, oh, look at me journal. It was those kind.
Yeah.
So, and those were very helpful. Those are very helpful.
For sure.
Yeah.
And I think, and what I've noticed too is we talked about anger, like having other stuff behind it.
Yeah.
Sometimes healing the other emotions does help with the anger.
Well,
it's like facing my fear, because I'm a very fearful, anxiety-driven person.
Yes.
I just am. And so dealing with that sort of stuff head on too kind of helps lessen the anger part a little bit. Dealing with and just accepting my sadness, like that helps. It's just like, I think accepting some of the other, what we quote unquote call negative, but aren't really negative. They're just emotions. Dealing with other emotions, other feelings head on does help a little bit with like kind of easing my anger.
Yeah. Because if you can't do that, you're never going to get anywhere.
Oh, yeah.
Because it is very much, because that's one of the things I have written down here, is looking at the anger and naming those emotions.
Yeah.
And those are hard because then
They're
you're
hard.
facing a whole different thing.
Yes.
Oh,
And
I was let down.
I absolutely do not like facing my disappointment. I don't like facing I don't like thinking about or dealing with or moving on from times that I've been disappointed. I don't like it, but it is something like the more I've done it, like the less angry I get, it like helps.
Yeah,
I have more, it gives me more capacity. I have more room. I processed,
it does. It opens. That's funny because we did a meditation today and it was, I don't know, it came to me. It was about releasing the worry, releasing that out into the universe to be it transformed, trusting God takes that and transform it. And now we have space to receive the joys that we have, that are right here already. And the peace that can come and the assuredness that can come. Because if you don't clean out that, it's kind of like clothes. If you don't clean, well, some of us, if you don't clean out your closet, there's no room for new clothes.
Exactly.
And so you don't have space to receive that or offer it. You can't offer joy to anybody if you're just walking around angry.
Yeah.
You can't offer hope when you don't have it. So it's that.
It's true. It's that capacity.
It's the capacity. I like that. So it's opening this space. And then this is the harder part too. So what have I contributed to this situation? What have I done? A simple one again is the car. Oh, you didn't leave enough time.
Yeah.
Or, you should have gone to the bathroom before you left the house because now you're trying to get there faster. Simple. But what am I contributing to this situation and to that builds up the anger?
Yes, because then you get angry at yourself.
Yeah. So, I mean, and then again, I'm not going to say we don't do it, but it's that releasing. But then there's finding that space to calm.
Yes, you have to soothe after
and give thanks. To that you were able to recognize what it is, and trusting that yes, I'm angry, and this when I don't have control, it makes it even less. So then how am I going to be okay and have that assuredness that this is what I can control if I really think I can control anything, which is the only thing I can control myself and my reactions. That's right. I can't. That's what I can. That's much more limited than we think.
Yes.
But how can I, be with that? And so I think there is that space for the calming, the soothing yourself. It's so important to do that. Maybe that's when you take the walk. I don't know.
Yes, maybe
meditate, whatever it is.
Yes.
But
did you ever have anybody in your life that you saw and you're like, oh, they just handle they handle being angry so well? Like,
there are people that I can think of that I don't know how much they must, all I can know is they must handle anger well because of the way they walk in the world. There are a couple people that I have run across in various places, and I'm not going to name them, that I think, there you go.
Yeah.
because they can move. It doesn't mean they don't get angry. It doesn't mean they don't, but
feel,
they have
yeah.
dealt with what life has given them. And some of it's horrendous. And you go, wow. And you still are this
Yeah.
because they've dealt with it.
Yeah.
Because they've screamed into the ocean.
Yes.
When their son
and you can
died.
tell it's not
They
because they're
screamed
holding
into,
it on.
they released this so they could have room for that joy.
Yeah. Oh, that's
Or open,
Yeah.
and so I deal with one thing once, it's going to come back and I'm going to deal with that same issue again.
Yes, that's the thing is like the same things will keep coming back and back and back. So if you
But-
have so much time to practice.
Yes. But if you practice,
know?
then suddenly it's like, yeah, that didn't last as long. And I was able to stop my train of thought on that one.
Yes, and you can like take the little wins.
And I was able to go, oh, you know why you're feeling angry at that situation?
Yeah, you're really
Let's
feeling.
let's say Paul gets to go on this fun trip and I was like
Yes.
at home with, and it was like, you know why you're feeling angry about that? Because you're feeling back from childhood when your brothers got to do something and you didn't.
You got left out.
And you got left out and you're feeling it. So that's why you're feeling it. Now then, Kelly, are you really being left out? No, Paul's on a business trip.
What's really
and what
happening?
can you do for yourself while you're here? What fun thing are you going to do? Oh, okay. And
Yeah.
it's kind of like you're shredding things, looking for the real reason. You know?
Peeling stuff back. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
This is sad. Okay, this is absolutely nuts, but it reminds me, my grandmother. There was one time when this medication that she took made her really wacko.
Yeah.
And like she got up in the middle of the night in December in a sundress and went outside and thought it was wonderful.
Oh, no.
And that same medication made her, she had an Afghan and she sat there and she was looking for the hole. There's a hole in this Afghan. Well, there was no hole in the Afghan, but she was looking.
Making the whole.
Yeah, and so, but it's kind of like that. She was shredding and shredding things away till she could find it. And I think that's what
Yeah.
with anger we have to do. We have to keep
Keep
pulling
pulling.
and pulling and pulling until we go,
Oh.
here it is. It was underneath here,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know? And
And that doesn't mean that you skip over you have to go through.
no,
the
you have to go
anger.
through it. You shred it and you found out. That's what you're
Yeah,
doing is
yeah,
going through
through
to
it.
find where the anger is, where the hurt is, and then you can begin to resolve it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
So, do you have any just like, if someone was like, I'm feeling really angry today or angry right now, like, quick tip.
Look at what it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I mean, I can remember, I was driving back from Denton, I guess, and driving home, and something had happened, yucky here, and it was like one more thing. I think Lauren had something going on, and something happened, and I was like, God, give her a break, and I was just screaming. I was
Man.
so mad.
Yeah.
One more thing, come on, you know,
Yeah.
and it was just this
Yes.
furious anger, and I yelled for a while, and then I was able to work, so it's that kind of thing.
So give yourself the space.
Give
to-
yourself the space
feel
to
it.
feel the anger, and then go down deep. Why?
Yeah.
And find someone who is compassionate that you can just talk to and vent to, and they can listen and not take it from you.
No.
Don't let somebody take your anger.
No.
Claim it and let do that. And I think that is one of the most wonderful things. If you can find somebody that can do that, that's great.
Yeah. Yeah.
And just to know, and remember, anger is a gift because it's telling you something deeper.
Yeah.
It's
signaling.
It is signaling, and so thank God that we have that emotion. It can drive. It's what drives justice. It's what drives a lot of things
lot
to
of action.
good, and even the bad, even the hard things.
Yes.
The sad things. It can still drive us to good. It really. It's not if. There's that violence part, but that's the unhealthy.
Yeah.
The healthy drives us to magnificent things.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
That is so good.
Yeah.
So hopefully you all will, deal with
Yeah.
some anger a little bit. Let it out.
Yeah, let it out.
Out. For sure. I'm in the process now of learning.
That's good.
Learning all about that. Yes.
Yeah. Frees up a lot of space.
Yes. Give yourself some capacity.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, exactly.
And it's we're in summer now.
Yeah, we're full
We're
on
in
summer.
We're in June. It's in the middle. Oh my
Yes.
gosh. But if anybody has, we've kind of tried to plan out a little bit of our summer, but we always have to think ahead. So if you have any ideas,
Let us
experiences,
know.
concepts, whatever, we'll take it.
Indeed.
And then we've got some good episodes
We
coming
got some
up
fun stuff coming
this
up.
month for sure too.
So
Yep.
we look forward to next week when we take a breath and take a listen.
Thank you for listening to this week's episode of An Incomplete Guide to Personal Growth. There are many ways you can stay connected. Follow us on Instagram at An Incomplete Guide Podcast, where you can sign up for our email list and get posts that delve deeper into our weekly topics. Make sure to subscribe to our podcast page wherever you listen to your podcasts. We would really appreciate a rating and sharing us with your family and friends.
We're so glad you chose to spend your time with us and hope there was a thought, a resource, or a laugh that you can take on your journey. We'll be here every Tuesday for you to take a breath and take a listen.